Right. We are live. We are live. Move that over here. Keep that there. Make sure that I don't reach for any of those. Man, oh man. When does it stop with 2K? I tell you, it just gets really weird. You're wondering like when is 2K gonna give it up and or try something new? Negative, coach. It's not going down. They're gonna do it to the end of them. Did my thing start? Hold on, let me see if my thing started. I don't think it started. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, man. I see it there. What up, Ten Toes? It's good, man. Gregory Pena. What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all being here. We're talking about season 7, the season 7 update. Let me make sure I have this up on the screen. So I want to wait for some folks to roll in so we could. One thing that I noticed, because we have the rewards here, we could review the rewards for sure. But this was the most disappointing aspect of the season update. Let's do the roll call. Coach Z, what up, man? 2K is so disconnected. I'm starting to think they're trying to. Coach Z, I'm on the same type of time. I'm on the same type of time, Coach Z. I'm thinking, nah. It seems to me that because new folks ain't gonna have a problem with seeing this low rider. I think more folks are starting to understand why I come to this conclusion. Like, it's not only that they're trying to put. It seems like they're trying to push the veterans away, the people who helped develop the reputation that 2K has right now. I think they want to get us out the door because we're disappointed with the current iterations of 2K. The good majority of the folks who've been veterans for 2K follow them all through the last gen or what some people consider current gen. But in next gen, they have failed at being successful or retaining some of the success that they've had from previous generations. And and the people who have the loudest mouths or the strongest opinions are the veterans. Why? Because we care, we're committed, and we're seeing where the franchise is going. Let's get to the chat, man, because I don't want to disregard anybody. Kane, the game is trash now. I dread playing it. You and me both. You and me both. Appreciate you becoming a member, Sean. A salute to you, man. Big Drew, Daddy, City, blessings. Appreciate all the blessings, y'all. Appreciate all the blessings. I don't even know how to say that. Bordeaux, Poppy, or I'm gonna try to mix that up. That mixed with my Spanish heritage. I don't know if I could finesse that. He said, "What's good, brother? Thanks for always keeping us in the loop. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching, man. What up, Danny?" He said, "What up, AllCity? The rewards are so useless because they don't carry over to the next game." Do you know how much trouble 2K would have if they allowed? They have trouble they recycle these. This reward that I have on screen, this lowrider, is a copy and pasted asset from a previous version of 2K. Now I have some topics of discussion that I want to get into, because one of my biggest concerns when we talk about this is like, because the homie said he would like as a player for these assets to carry over from game to game, just like I would imagine a lot of people would like VC to carry over from game to game. But they don't do that intentionally. They don't allow that. If 2K allowed us to carry over these assets from game to game, this reward that you see on screen, this joint right here, it would have been something completely different, something that they would have had to create during the annual cycle. So hold on, before we get into, because this one's gonna get deep, y'all. Pause. Oh, no Diddy, I should say. Let's get into the chat, because I don't want to disregard anybody being here. I appreciate everybody who's joined. Especially Sean joining as a member. The Go Live, yes sir. Appreciate you joining as a member. By the way, if anybody else wants to join as a member, just type !join or !member. Jay Johnson, GG, Glocks in the building. Cam Brim, Tropical Game Boy said the rewards are so useless because I read that. Unruly Hefe was goody. F2K. I'm still gonna play it though. Same here. I'll still get on. I just don't play it nearly as much, man. Austin Burris, what up, man? Jalen, I'm glad I deleted this game. As is a lot of people. A lot of people are happy. I think they're going through a lot less stress these days, huh? Man City, I haven't played 2K in almost a month now. It's just getting boring anymore. Same BS, nothing new. And so that was my same issue. I got on 2K maybe earlier in the week or something like that. Man, the time's been passing, so it could have easily been a week and a half to 2 weeks already. I know I didn't play much of season 6. And I get on the game in hopes of reinvigorating because I've been trying so many different games. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Mirage. I went through 100 hours of Dragon's Dogma. And then you think, as a player, as a 2K player, you think, hey, just give it a break. Because I know a lot of people will tell you, just take a break, bro. Try something different. So I'm like on that same type of time, give it a break, try something different. I've always liked other games. Sometimes a lot of people think that sports gamers only play sports games. And I'm like, no. I like all games because I've been playing video games since young. So I go trying these different games and then I come back to 2K. The only feeling that I have, and you guys correct me, or you guys let me know if you end up feeling the same way or you feel differently. Does it work? Because it's worked for me in the past where I take a break and I come back and I start enjoying 2K again. But for 2K24, I come back to the game after playing games that I've truly enjoyed. Odyssey, I'm already at 70 something hours into that game, and I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface. Dragon's Dogma, beat the game. Over 100 hours on the game. Truly enjoyable experiences. Like, truly. Brought me back to gaming. Brought me back to like that feeling like, wow, look at what these developers could do. In Dragon's Dogma especially, there was these wow moments that you don't get in gaming these days. But you might want to give it a shot if you guys haven't tried it yet. But then you come back to 2K, and instead of me having an appreciation for what 2K is, it shows me how far behind the ball they are. That's my natural thought process feels like, why am I even giving this game time? That's how it feels. It feels like that. And now you're talking about a player who wants to enjoy the game. Like, I want to love 2K, like this iteration of 2K. I want to enjoy playing it. So I do everything I have to do to, get the best chance to enjoy the game. So I take a good break, come back, and when I get back, I said, this is some BS. It ain't me. This is some BS. It is not me. It is the developers. For whatever reason. Maybe I highly doubt that the reason is a lack of skill. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's a lack of skill why 2K24 is in the current place that it's in. I don't believe that. I think the 2K development team probably has a ton of skill. But I feel like it's more about where they're choosing to invest their energy, where they're choosing to invest their creativity, where they're choosing to direct that skill. Let's get to the chat. Man, he said, Man City, I haven't played. I'm getting tired. 25. He's 25 and he's tired. WWE devs equals 2K devs. Facts. The same. Well, yeah, I imagine WWE devs are. He said they're better than 2K devs. I'm just ready for college football. The copy and paste makes me Spanish Jose. What up, my G? Feel like if we're playing the same season over and over. Do you guys feel like that? Does everybody else feel like that? Spam the fire emojis if you feel that way as well. Because if you guys are having trouble trying to figure out whether it's copy and paste, I don't think 2K accounted for this. I'm going through to see. We're going to get into the rewards, by the way. We're going to tell you guys all the rewards. But I just want to make a key note here to justify the copy and paste. Now, we veteran 2K players have been going through this for as long as I can remember. As long as I can remember, copy and paste. It was the most prevalent from 19 to 20. NBA 2K 19 to NBA 2K 22, great iterations of 2K in my opinion. But we've been going through it since then. And it was like in our face because, damn, it was like damn near the exact same game when you went from NBA 2K 19 to 2K 20. But what's crazy is that The only thing they changed from 19 to 20 was like the tiling on the floor. And they received a lot of heat for that. They sure did receive a lot of heat for that. But the player base was there the entire year for 19 and 20. It was lit the entire year. Both of those games. I had Legend in NBA 2K20. Why did copy and paste work back then? But copy and paste, I guess after so many years, it gets old. You start feeling finessed. So here we go. Season 7, we get a level 39 reward, which is this lowrider. Hold on, let me make sure I'm right. Yeah, level 39. And I'm scrolling through the courtside report, and I don't know if it's too small for you guys to see, but I'm scrolling through the courtside report, and I didn't notice it at first, but the freaking license plate says Legend on it. Do you guys not know? For the folks who don't know yet, if you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, because I think this was last year's Legend reward. I could be mistaken about that, but I'm almost certain that this was last year's Legend reward. I know it's a Legend reward. I just wasn't sure if it was last year or the year before, and I think it was last year's Legend reward. They take that. Now, when you're a Legend on the game, it lasts for years, or at least that's how it used to be. You was a Legend in 2K20, right? That's what folks. Oh, wasn't you a Legend way back then? Oh, I saw your Legend run. That was crazy. There's supposed to be a legacy behind hitting Legend. When 2K takes the reward that's supposed to separate you and catapult you within the 2K community for hitting that ultimate goal in an iteration 2K, because a lot of players don't ever get to experience hitting Legend. At least that's how it used to be back in the day. Now everybody has an option to hit Legend. But anyway, when you take that reward and just drop it in the next year, you're stripping away, in my opinion, you're stripping away everything that it is to hit Legend. So the folks that are playing the game this year, striving to hit Legend, see that the Legend reward from last year was put into this game all willy-nilly and just dropped into a season. If I'm a player grinding for Legend right now, it'll make me think like, hold on. Man, I'm really only grinding for this year. There's nothing that I'm going to get for hitting Legend. Like, there's no incentive. The community doesn't recognize. There's no recognition from the community. Not to mention, 2K just threw the reward that I received that separated me from the bunch. They threw that back in the pot and just gave it to everybody. Oh, man, that is, to me, it's so heartbreaking. I can't help but feel that way. It feels heartbreaking for those folks who actually hit Legend. I could still talk about my Legend run in NBA 2K20, but it is what it is. The license plate says Legend on it. They straight copy and pasted this Legend reward from previous 2K and put it into Season 7. How do you guys feel about that? Does it even matter? To me, it hurts me a little bit because I had a Legend run quite a few times, and I would have hate to see. It's similar to the Tigers, I guess, from NBA 2K16. But it wasn't year over year. Like, it wasn't 1 year to the next. We saw Tigers like a few years later from NBA 2K16. It was like years later that the Tigers were reintroduced to the game. So the folks who had a Tiger had that nostalgic feeling for the next 5 years until we saw Tigers again. And I think that was sufficient, but not 1 year to the next. Anyway, let's get into the rewards, man. You guys see it on screen. I don't know if it's too small. If it's too small, let me know. I can't really do much. We're in vertical format, streaming to the shorts portion of YouTube. At level 1, you get the Season 7 tee. Although there's probably one of the best looking tees for seasons. And I don't mind that it's a level 1. I could understand that it's at a level 1, so I don't mind it too much. But come on, man. We need to show that we're a next gen. Like, companies, in my opinion, like 2K should be leading the way in innovation. This is just lazy, in my opinion. And I hate to be such a harsh critic, but when the game is not giving me what I need to keep busy, then, I'm left with my opinions because I'm soured. My experience is so soured from the gameplay portion of things. And then I look at this and say, you can't lack on gameplay and this extra stuff. At least get the extra stuff, right? At least that's how I feel. I'll get to the chat in just a second after we get through these rewards. At level 10, you're going to get a graduation cap. Because that makes sense, right? Perfect match for basketball. Here, take this graduation cap. That's your level 10. Grind to level 10, you get a graduation cap. Oh, man. At level 20, we got the wearable mascots. I think a lot of us all appreciate the wearable mascots. I don't think 2K, you know what I was thinking about? Yeah. You know what I was thinking? I'll get to the chat. I promise you, I'll get to the chat. What up, Agent Q? I'll get to the chat in just 1 second. Salute to everybody here. Appreciate you guys being here. Drop a sub if you can. Let's get those subs up. It's 103-216. Let's get those subs up if you can. But I think what 2K fails to realize, I've been able to wear a mascot all year. Now, that's preventing me from going into swags. Normally, each year, I'll go into swags and damn near buy everything. Always buying new stuff in swags. Little did I know it was chipping away at my VC, forcing me to buy more packs of VC. So I completely deaded all of that this year. Negative, no swags. I got a couple things. That was it. Compared to what I used to do, it's like night and day. So I wear the mascots all year. They're free. And plus, I don't need to buy no shoes, no matching gear, none of that stuff. Chain, earrings, none of that stuff. I got a mascot. Hey, thank you, Jace. Jace Christ. But I don't think 2K fully has grasped that concept, because if they did, they would remove mascots from the season rewards. And I imagine they're probably going to realize that this year, and probably next year, we're not going to see wearable mascots as often because it prevents folks from going into swags and spending more money. At level 25, the Golden Locks hairstyle. Now, I haven't seen this hairstyle. There were some images, but I didn't see if they had the locks in there. And they put Golden Locks hairstyle, so I was thinking it was something like Goldilocks. They was trying to, but they probably didn't get the rights to use Goldilocks, so they had to put Golden Locks. Or maybe it's just referencing golden colored locks. Could be mistaken. Let's see what happens with that. At level 30, a drone with teleportation technology. One of the absolute worst rewards, in my opinion. I don't know about y'all, but in my opinion, one of the worst rewards I have seen in 2K games is the drone with teleportation technology. The slowest thing in the world. It was silly to me. There was a little bit of hype behind it for like a good maybe 5 minutes and 2 seconds. I'll give it 5 minutes and 2 seconds, because after that 5 minutes and 2 seconds, the hype went down the drain. People got the drone. They was like, what the hell? And sure enough, 2K, because they're disconnection with the community, they're not connected with us, they go and copy and paste that into the game. At level 32, now here's the stretch, y'all. This is where the finesse comes in, y'all. At level 32, you get a throwback. Whenever you refer to throwback, you're referring to time past. And it has to be sufficient. You can't, I don't know how to reference this. But anything that's brought back from past time is supposed to have a sufficient value when you reference it as throwback. Semper Reloaded with a $4.99 super chat. What up, Semper? So when you reference it as a throwback, it had to have a sufficient value. Banners have never had value, so why are you bringing them back in talking about throwback banners, and banners haven't been around long enough for them to even be labeled as a throwback? So I said, man, what type of finesse nonsense is this? When I started reading it, I thought it was going to say throwback Kyrie Irving and Derrick Rose jerseys. So as I'm reading it, even while I'm doing today's video, while I was recording today's video, I was thinking, I always like getting jerseys. Just give me something else to wear, and I don't have to go into swags. So I was about to go on a spiel like, this is a good reward, and how 2K needs to continue to add more jerseys like this. Give us shoes. Give us this. Stop with the nonsense, the drones, teleportation. Give them folks jerseys and shoes. Trust me, they will be happy. Give them the jewelry to look fresh. Give them all the hairstyles. They will be happy with that, at least for a year or two, compared to this other weirdness. Give them something that they can use while they go into the rec center or they go into matchmaking. Give them something that sets them apart and makes them look different, because 2K is failing to realize that is being unique is what people are actually reaching for. That's an incentive on 2K. This other stuff, they're not trying to hear it. At level 35, a championship belt. This is the championship belt that you're striving to get to. You guys are hustling. Thank you for the subs, y'all. Keep themselves rolling in. But this is what you're striving for. This little belt right here, this championship belt. Hoax, what up, Hoax? What's good, man? 35 levels to get this belt? Another recycled item. We're going to go through how many recycled items they actually are. I'll count them off in just a second. At level 39, you get this lowrider here, which was, if I'm not mistaken, last year's level 36, a bus pass. You get a Metro card at level 36. What up, Umberto? But yeah, so they copy and pasted the previous legend reward and just threw it back in the game. And it even says legend on the license plate, which was something that was supposed to separate you last year. And at level 40, matter of fact, at level 39, the lowrider is for new gen. The hoverboard is for current gen. Both of those items recycled. Both of them. Just thrown back into the game as an incentive for you to continue grinding. I don't think 2K is realizing that these type of moves, when one person does it 1 year, tell me if I'm wrong here, y'all. For even if you're new to 2K, say you're brand new to 2K, is there any new folks that play 2K in this stream right now? Like maybe this is your first or second year playing the game. Please put a fire emoji or something to separate you so I know who you are. Put that in the chat. Because the way I see it, if I'm new to 2K, say this is my first year playing the game, and I get on the game and I go through these seasons, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool. They're always giving you something. For a new player, it is an incentive. And I hope you guys realize that. For a new player, it is dope. First year on 2K and they get a lowrider. And they're driving around and they know other people are seeing them. They don't know the politics of 2K and they don't care about the politics of 2K. They just like receiving rewards for their efforts. So your first year, you get this lowrider. Now, what happens next year when you purchase the game because you had so much fun getting these rewards? You purchase the game next year and you see the same recycled items copy and pasted back into the season rewards. Do you think you're going to grind the same way to get those rewards through the season? Wouldn't it seem lazy to you? The first year playing the game, you're like, wow, this is hella creative. Look, a lowrider. Who thinks to put a lowrider into the game? Dope. As a brand new player, I understand having that perspective. As a second, third year player seeing the same rewards, you ain't buying that. I know y'all ain't buying that. Play NBA Live, 199 super chat from ABZ. I know y'all ain't finna fall for that stuff. I get it, B. So let's count and I'll get to the chat right after this. Recycled items. The season tees, they're recycled every season. I understand that. Graduation cap, if I'm not mistaken, that's recycled as well. The mascots we know are recycled. Golden locks, I haven't seen the hairstyle, so I can't tell you if it's recycled. The drone. So far, it looks like we only have one item that's not copy and pasted. Drone, the season 7 tee is a copy and paste per se because all they do is drag and drop an image over the t-shirt. So there's really no effort into that. And not saying that they have to do effort, but there's just a lack of creativity in there, in my opinion. The throwback Kyrie Irving and Derrick Rose banners are obviously recycled. They just, in order to use them, they had to put throwback on there so that it doesn't look lame. Like so somebody won't say, hey, we had these banners. 2K is saying, we're telling you had those banners. That's why we called them throwbacks. But throwback is supposed to have value. You don't just throw the word throwback on something and think it's okay to re-release it, in my opinion. Championship belt, recycled. Season 7 suit, we already know those suits. They're recycled every single season, just with the season number on it. The lowrider and hoverboard, both recycled. And then you got the gold floor setter and the extra badge points, something that's been recycled every single season. I know the community appreciates those rewards at level 40. Because they have an effect on your player. And 2K knows this, which is why they put it at level 40. Everything else in between, folks ain't buying that joint no more. They don't care, B. All right, man. Let's get to the chat, see what it is. J Rose, what up, man? I technically played 2K11, but haven't played any till last year. Okay. At this point, I really grind for floor setter. That's what most people do. Most people grind for the floor setter. They don't grind for anything else. And that's what I was getting at. We got all these rewards, and 2K is basically telling you they don't care. They could care less. First year playing online, usually play my career, but I hate the rewards. He said that little baby car. You got a little baby car. Where? Let me scroll this up so y'all can see this. I know folks want to see the rewards as well. I will revisit the rewards. Top Notch said I started in 2K18. Okay. Jesus Castillo said, "What up? What up, man? What up, Sloth? Servers are still up. Let's effing hop on that beautiful game." These rewards are heartbreaking, honestly. 2K is catering to a bunch of children who wants a mech suit or a lowrider or a championship belt. This has nothing to do with basketball. We were talking about this in a previous live stream where 2K is trying so hard to connect with what made other games successful that they lose the connection with what has made the NBA successful. 2K has a blueprint for success right in front of their face, and instead they're looking elsewhere for remedies or ingredients, I should say, ingredients for success. They're looking to Fortnite. They're looking to other gaming. They have the NBA completely successful. Why not follow that blueprint? Stop giving us cars and transportation and all this weird stuff. Throw that in once every year. Like, throw in one thing for every year. Folks will be happy. Something innovative and creative once per year. Everything else, jerseys, shoes, basketball. Keep it basketball. Everything else, in my opinion. Or maybe it could be gameplay related, something that's related to gameplay, man. Come on. I'm still playing 23 is what Big Sam said. They don't care as long as they make money, and so far it doesn't seem like it will stay like that for a while. And so far it doesn't seem like, yeah, facts, because 2K is losing money 7 straight quarters. I do know they anticipated this L. How do they recover from this L is what I'm personally on the lookout for. 2K is still making good WWE games. Can't say the same for NBA. I hear that a lot. Folks are saying that WWE is pretty dope. That looks like a kid-sized cards you get from Target, and that's what 2K not getting. They sneaking 3-point sleeves to season pass to test the waters. Thank you, Dre the Great. Thank you for seeing that. Thank you for quoting on that. We're going to talk about that in tomorrow's video. How 2K initially said they're not going to give pretty much any rewards that offer an advantage in gameplay. They said that for my team, and slowly they're incorporating those type of rewards. So I feel the same way. They're not going to be able to keep it up. Bring back my park. That's what the homie said. Hot Wheel, what up? Check you. Before long, you need 700 credit score to afford VC. Yo, it's real talk, bro. It's real talk. What up, God Soldier? What's going on? I'm tired of all the cosmetic stuff. I only play rec and don't get to see any of my rewards 90% of the time. Me and you both, Contra Cat. I'm on the same boat. I feel the exact same way. We get these rewards and we can't even make good use of them. 2K, why aren't you the first to see that? In my opinion, if I'm 2K, if I played a game, I'd be the first to see it. Where we know the player base is leaning towards matchmaking. We get that. The player base leans towards matchmaking. When they go into matchmaking, make sure that these rewards are something that they can see while they're in these matchmaking game modes. 2K banked on our stupidity, B. That's how it feels. 2K just put so much into like our egos. Woo! The 2K community got egos on them. Give them some shiny pants and a dance move and leave them there dancing in the corner happy in a whole sausage party. I hate that 2K thinks we're stupid. And we were stupid for a long time. We were stupid, man. Seeing these rewards coming in, and I've been trolling these shiny pants since the first day I saw them. Ain't no way y'all happy about this stuff, man. This is completely irrelevant to basketball. And here goes the little weirdos in the corner grouping up and having breakdance parties. Putting their bulge in people's faces. No diddy. You're like, yo, homie, you can't even get out those pants, bro. And they're glistening. That joint is crazy to me, B. So I saw it when it was happening, but I'm an old head. You know, I'm an old head. So it's like, all right, I could have my opinion, but my opinion is developed from my perspective. My perspective is from a different era. So I understand why some of the younger folks may be like, yeah, I wear those tight, shiny pants, man, and dance here with a freaking glizzy hat. I'm cool with that, bro. It's a new era. It's the new wave. Glizzy hats and tight, shiny pants, the new wave. And here you go. 2K gives you a drone. 2K gives you a lowrider, and they continue to recycle these things. Ah, man. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. I'm surprised they haven't given us a boom box for being legend. Tell me about it, man. Effing Power Wheel. What up, LaBarbie? Effing Power Wheels, lowrider, bro. Facts. They really be in the corner like that, too. In the rec, I try to tell you, you think I be playing having dance-offs. Like, you know, I was thinking today, while I was doing the video, do you guys remember how popular trivia was? Do you guys remember how popular dodgeball was? Why is none of that taking place and we have a much larger space to make it happen? There must have been somebody at 2K that understood it. Now, I didn't personally like dodgeball. I didn't personally like playing trivia, but being that I'm a content creator, you know, I'd be streaming, and I see the effect that it had around the people around me, to the point that they were watching their clock. Oh, it's 9:00. We got trivia. So we're about to go into the game, and everybody around me is like, yo, it's 9:00. Well, let's wait for trivia. I'm like, what the hell? What I'm trying to get at is this, even though I didn't like it, the community really enjoyed that stuff. Even with dodgeball, they would stop playing basketball to go play dodgeball, and they enjoyed themselves. Here we are with a much bigger space to work with, and there's nothing happening. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah, it was free, and we had fun with it, Semper. But with this bigger space, so I propose this idea, and hopefully you guys could clip this, share this with 2K. I propose this idea is to fill in the spaces within the city. Scatter a few dodgeballs throughout the city. Just throw them out there. If 2K is skeptical, just leave them out there and allow players to pick up the ball and throw it and hit somebody else. Whether it's an NPC, have the NPC make a reaction, or have other players react to getting hit with a dodgeball for no reason while they're trying to go do their daily drills. Now, if you on your skateboard, now buzz this. I swear to God, the game is so 2K, in my opinion, the gameplay is so poorly developed this year that I would imagine a ton of players will just sit there trolling the entire community, hitting them off their skateboard with a dodgeball. Imagine you're going to do your drills, and you randomly get knocked off your skateboard, hoverboard, or bike, or even while you're in your lowrider trying to look cool right here, you're in your lowrider, you get smacked in the head with a dodgeball and your shades fall off. I ain't gonna front that. It sounds, I would probably stop playing. I would probably stop going to the rec too. If I'm in my lowrider here that says legend on it, and I think I'm cool, and I'm going down the strip, and I get hit and my glasses fly off, what's my first thought? Yo, yeah, see, OG, right? My first thought would be like, yo, I'm hopping out this vehicle, and I got to catch whoever hit me. And there it goes. It starts. So scatter those dodgeballs throughout the entire city. Give people something to do, man. If you want them dancing around in your glizzy hats and tight, shiny pants, give them something to do, because the breakdance party, the breakdance sausage parties, that will only last a short amount of time before these dudes realize, yo, he has a bulge. Yeah, because that's a dude. But hey, I appreciate you saying that, Danny Hall. I think it is a dope bite. That's just winging it, bro. I'm not. And what irks me is that me off whim, who's not even committed to this particular iteration of 2K any longer, I'm going to give you guys the news. I'm always going to connect with you guys. But in regards to playing, I'm not nearly as committed anymore. I gave it a good, solid effort this year. So with me just winging it, someone who's not connected could come up with a great idea to get the community back involved with 2K. If I could come up with that idea, I'm sure you guys have tons of ideas that should be incorporated in 2K. How are you going to tell me that a team with over 2 decades experience can't fill this space in the city and make it a viable option to keep the city in place? Oh, man. He said that low look whack as hell. What up, Dylan? What's going on, Dylan? VC multiplier, yes, mini games would be dope. Yeah, VC multipliers, people love incentives like that, in my opinion. They play dodgeball for everybody you hit in the head and knock off their shades, you get 25 VC. And then you get a little bling. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of animation or sound effect that says, you hit him in the head with the dodgeball. I'm not trying to get this dodgeball thing incorporated into the game, but I'm just thinking of ways that people could appreciate the rewards that they're getting. Like the homie said earlier, I play rec all day, so I don't even get to really make good use of the rewards that I receive, because in the rec center, you can't wear anything that you have received as a reward. This would give people incentive to strive for those rewards, because they're going to be outside of these matchmaking events more often now. Some people are naturally going to just go and play basketball. But if there's something else going on, like I said, if you're just going to do your daily spin and you get smacked in the head out of left field, you're not going to just keep walking to do your spin. Some of us will. We got like a game that we got to get on right now. The homies are waiting for us. But I promise you, a lot of us are going to spend 5 minutes trying to track down a dude just hitting us in the head with a dodgeball. Bruh, EA is horrible. 2K and EA collab would be a microtransaction utopia. And a lot of people call for EA to come back and bring back live. But if they come back and bring back live, they're not going to be your best friend. They probably would easily match 2K's efforts in microtransactions or exceed them, in my opinion. Semper Reloaded with a $4.99 super chat said, we could have a weekly race for 1 million VC. Then we have a fake account that wins by 4 seconds faster than is even possible. If I get hit with a dodgeball, I'm deleting. Why are you deleting the game? Because you feel like dodgeball is going to be in the game, and I agree. They shouldn't be in the game. But the city shouldn't be in the game where there's no space between point A and point B. There's nothing to do, or there's only space between point A and point B, I should say. There's nothing happening between point A and point B. That needs to be eliminated. Quality of life. So if they want to choose to keep this city, they need. Adding NPCs doesn't make the city lively. You're not tricking the 2K community into thinking that is a more lively game, especially when the NPCs are voiceless. There's nothing going on. You can't hear them talking. And I see, it's like, 2K, you didn't know that? You didn't know flooding the city with NPCs wasn't going to cut it? How you didn't know that, bro? All you got to do is look at reviews for other games with NPCs. See all the billboards with ads. And, a lot of people question that as well. We need college mascots. I mentioned that as well. College mascots would be super dope. I got to tell you guys, I don't mind the billboards with ads. I'm from New York. And I'm from the city, New York. So for me, it's not that big a deal because I'm used to seeing ads. But I'm saying 2K, if you're trying to accommodate the people who have paid for ads, accommodate them. Give it to them. I've even gone so far as to say flood the rec courts with different themes from whoever paid for advertisements. Gatorade, some of these clothing labels, flood those rec courts, different themes. Give us a new look of those rec courts, and you could use that as your advertising, man. It's hard for me to understand how they just can't incorporate their advertising in a good way. Jay Johnson with a 1999 super chat. Why? He said, just because. Salute to you, Jay Johnson. Appreciate that, man. Such a good vibe, man. I love what y'all do here, man. Really appreciate y'all supporting what we do. 103,224. Let's get that to 103,250. If you're here, you haven't subscribed yet, we do this very often. It's a slow time in 2K. So we're taking the time for what it is, but I will do my best to keep you guys updated on everything that's going on in 2K. Consider dropping a sub. I definitely appreciate it. Johnny Hendricks. What up, Dykeman? What's going on, man? Are you good? Dykeman, I hope you're good, man. I haven't had a chance to catch up with you since your incident. I hope you've recovered well. Hope everything is good with you and your family, man. Johnny Hendricks, yes, do it that way and get rid of the city immediately. More players are leaning towards matchmaking, yeah? More players really appreciate the ease of access, the quickest way to find the game. And that quickest way to find the game has completely collapsed the park. Not to mention, there's one person in particular that has these parks lit. And you would think with his efforts, he would be able to single-handedly, and I say this with all truth, would be able to single-handedly save the park game mode. His parks are flooded every single day. EJ has the parks flooded. It's not my point here. My point is that EJ is currently frustrated because he can't get games. His park is so overly packed that there's too many people trying to get on the dots, so his games just freeze on him. And he gets stuck in the spot. They can't get a game because the park game mode hasn't been updated enough to understand that crowds of people might be trying to get on the dots. And instead, those folks that are trying to get on the dots so they could play with or against EJ end up jamming up the whole thing, and they have to freaking like reboot their game. He just said that. I'm going to be talking about that in tomorrow's video. Yeah, Too Grim said, yeah, every stream they glitch the spot. So here we go, EJ trying to reinvigorate this whole game mode that was once the most popular game mode on the game, and he can't even do that. So, of course, people who are watching the stream, they're probably going to hop off the stream. People who are trying to get on are going to eventually give up. So they go to the quickest way to get a game, matchmaking. Theater, rec, pro-am. 2K, if you know this is the case, let me give a piece of advice here. And I hate to, I'll rephrase that. Let's give 2K a player perspective. There's one main thing that I know a lot of 2K players want: a place to practice with no confusion. 2K, because 2K has a weird way of reincorporating or even incorporating some. I'll just put it like this: 2K has a strange way of adding things to the game that we asked for, and like Brute likes to say, with a little twist. With this twist that nobody asked for, which completely changes what we had asked for. So I'm going to propose this very clearly to 2K. Again, maybe something you guys could clip and share with 2K. Give us back our my court and start us in our my court. Let us make the decision to go to the rec from our my court or the park from our my court and get there quick, fast, easy. The theater from our my court. But when we start our day on 2K, load us up in our my court with our own spin wheel. Tell me if I'm wrong here, y'all. I want my spin wheel in my court so I could take care of everything that I need to do before going to the game mode that I want to get to. Hot spots I get in my court. Lethal Shooter comes to my court. I don't travel to his court. He comes to my court, and we'll set up my hot spots in my court. Everything happens quick, fast, on the double in my court. Not only that, y'all. In my court, I want to be able to change the difficulty to match the game mode that I primarily play so that I'm shooting on the exact timing and latency for that particular game mode that I primarily play. If you practice in the Gatorade facility and you try to get the timing down in the Gatorade facility, it's not going to match the timing that you're going to have to shoot in the rec center or even Pro-Am. If you want to play Pro-Am, going from rec is like night and day experience in regards to timing your shot. So I should be able to select not only the difficulty, but also the latency that I'm expected to experience or something similar for those particular game modes. It should say rec and what type of latency. It should say which game mode do you primarily play. I primarily play Pro-Am, so it'll change the difficulty for Pro-Am. I don't need to be deceived, man. How many times has this happened to y'all? How many times is this? Am I speaking facts, y'all? How many times has this happened to y'all? You go into Gatorade, you put on this new jump shot, you're on the search for a jump shot. You put on this new jump shot, you go into Gatorade or wherever you choose to train, like wherever you choose to practice. And you work. I've gone to the point where I was going in the lab with a jump shot that I couldn't hit maybe my first 20 shots. So then you hone in. I know a lot of us been through this. A lot of us haven't, but I know a lot of us have. You hone in and you say, well, I'm going to keep practicing to see if I could actually get one to green. If you get one to green, naturally a second and a third and a fourth follows. So you get the jump shot down. So you spent that time, and a good amount of time at that, learning the jump shot, and you see the process of learning. Like you see you was missing your first 20 shots and then you hit one, you miss your next 5 until you start hitting consistent. So you get to that point of practicing for that long. I finally got it. And then you take that same jump shot and go into the game and you miss everything. There's obviously something wrong with the timing from one practice area to the game. So I think we need to consolidate all this stuff and stop, limit the confusion that a lot of players will naturally come to. I've invested a ton of hours into 2K24. And throughout all this time, I felt like the only place that I primarily play rec. I felt like the only place that I could legitimately practice is while I play the rec. So you have to spend so many games practicing in live games that go against your record and all that stuff. In live games. That can't happen, in my opinion. Jamaican, wagwan, Jamaican, wagwan. A my course should be a bare minimum, but they made our standards so low. It's insane. Say it again, Meltzer. A my court, a ball machine, people to grab the ball in case you want to. No diddy, by the way. But you have people there to grab the balls and throw them back at you. I know a lot of you cupcakes out there love being balls thrown at you. The same people with the glizzy hats and the shiny pants dancing in the corner in the rec center. But what up, Stretch Pig? What's good, man? I might get on, OG. I might get on. How can we fix all 2K problems in 10 minutes? But yeah, these are things that we've had in the game. Ball machine, a my court. We've had this already in the game. Why do we take it out? I have no idea. Why doesn't 2K understand that we want a ball? You go into, say, where was I practicing at? Oh, the team facility, like the team practice facility. Like you start in the arena and then you go to the practice facility there. And I would get them, I try to stand still and get them to throw me the ball back, right? If you stand completely still, they will throw it back to you right then and there. But let's say you're trying to work in, I'll give you guys a scenario. I'm running point guard and I want my hash to dex his defender and then dip back. So if I'm trying to practice that movement while I'm in the team practice facility, I would want to act like I'm dexing my defender and then move, catch the rock for a catch and shoot, and then shoot. Why is it that I'm in the team practice facility and I attempt to act like I'm dexing and then go in motion to catch and shoot to see what that feels like? The man throws the ball to the freaking other court. Then you're stuck in an animation. You're stuck in an animation that just has you like as if you're going for a 100-yard touchdown. You're looking at the ball like this and finally catch it. I'm like, what in the world type of weirdness? What is going on? And you're the only one in this gym. I don't know if you guys ever experienced that, but it's in the team practice facility. What I'm referring to is the folks that will throw you the ball back. If you go in there to practice, there will be the people there that will throw the ball back to you. Ah, man. Timmy Tannis, what's going on? Conch in the building, grabbing balls and throwing them back at you is wild. I'm good on all that. Oh, man. You see, Dylan, you should have just kept your mouth shut, bro. You see, Dylan? You see, you can't try and convince you that you're not Diddy Dylan. Like, man, look at the chat. Dylan needs to chill. The Conch said, everybody knows you're Diddy Dylan. It's all love. Oh, and Tim and Tanner said, oh, there's Diddy Dylan. Look. Ah, that's good to me. Salute to y'all, man. I love our community and the people that are involved in our community. It's a beautiful thing. Brother, this ain't even 2K is what Red Snow Mike Hill said, bro, talk that ish. This is the perspective, the stuff that you're hearing from me, because I know I haven't been live in quite a while. And the stuff that you're hearing from me is the perspective of somebody who just came off of enjoying quite a few games, spending on one game 100 hours, another game over 70 hours, another 15, 20 hours on Assassin's Creed Mirage. And it's almost like getting off vacation. You know how, like, if you go on vacation and you get back home, at least this is my perspective. My perspective is it's got to change, because I want to get as close to that vacation life as possible. 2K feels like that first day at work after vacation where you're rethinking your life's goals. I know the grown ones know exactly what I'm talking about. You come back off of peace, tranquility, or even just the most amazing excitement, for that matter, off of vacation, and then you go back to that 9 to 5, or you get back home and you don't like the way it's set up because you spent all that time in a hotel or whatnot. And you're like, man, we need to buy some new furniture or something. Like, you just get back home and say things gotta change. That's how I feel when I get back on 2K these days. You go in and play in a game that different games that completely immerse you, and you know it's the efforts of development because they've hit all the check marks. And even while you're playing these games, you're like, I wonder if the development team did this. Because that's how I play these games. I wonder if the development team hid something over here. And as soon as you see how they hide items for exploration, you're like, I like this developer. Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Dragon's Dogma, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I like how these guys develop their game. I like that they reward you for your efforts and exploration. And then you come back to 2K off vacation, and like, hell nah, something's got to change. And that's the perception or the perspective that I have right now. I say, nah, ain't no way that we got developers doing this type of stuff over here. And here goes 2K with the lamest, cheapest type of finesse moves. 100 hours. I hear Stella Bait. Appreciate you, TG Clips. Thank you for subbing. Do I care? What up? Appreciate that. Do I care? If 2K want to turn into GTA, so be it. Hold on. I gotta read this comment. And put each mode on their own servers. Rec, Pro-Am. So John Frosty, just left that comment. Let's talk about it because I'm thinking. I remember when 2K first, when the rumors started circulating about 2K turning into GTA style and the city being incorporated and all that stuff. And I will say, for me, with the channel name being AllCity, it was a huge plus. When 2K added the city in, I thought it was like amazing, especially considering that our channel name is AllCity. And even with that concept, supposedly like or thinking that it would prove beneficial for our channel, I couldn't jump on board with what I was seeing. I said, nah, this is done wrong. That's how I feel. It's done wrong. I was thinking that 2K, if they were going to incorporate a city, they would reach out to like other developers because they got that type of pool, that they would reach out to other developers who have been successful at creating cities. So Take Two, they got Rockstar. They have like the king right next door, the king of city developers right next door. And this is the city that they come up with. I don't think there's anything wrong with the aesthetic of the city, but the aesthetic is not what keeps people intrigued. Never has been in any game ever. There's a way in which to make the city feel lively, and 2K missed that key ingredient to making this a success. And not only that, they've had multiple years over to get it right, and they failed. That's my opinion. They failed. Simple Reloaded said, we wanted NBA GTA, and they gave us NBA Roblox and GTA Mod. There's a difference. I feel the same way, Simple. It's facts. I'm thinking like, yeah, sure, give us the game mode. So like the homie said, just give us our own game mode. So if we start in our my court, the folks that want to go to the city can go. They just step outside their my court. The other folks go into the menu and click theater, and it instantly loads you up in the theater. No more map, no more nothing. Theater, pro-am, rec, it puts you right into that lobby. And for the folks that want to travel the city, they can get there through traveling. They can do that. But they just exit their MyCore and they'll end up in the city. And I'm from the city. So when you step out the door in the city, the last thing you're going to hear is crickets. Why, when I get on 2K, it's almost like humorous, bro. The last thing you hear in the city, the very last thing that you will hear in the city is crickets. And 2K makes that the most prominent thing you hear when you come out the city. When you come out the door in your MyCore, if you want it to be immersive, you have to get the city noises. Cop cars, fire trucks, ambulance, hustle and bustle, people moving, talking, chatter, all that stuff that makes a city feel lively. Not crickets. Brain dead, no cap. Tim and Tanner said, just let me jump straight into my gameplay I want. Ease the access. I've been stressing this, y'all. I've been stressing this in quite a few videos, and I think it's falling on deaf ears in regards to 2K. I imagine we're going to have another 2-3 years of this stuff, but I keep stressing this. If we've seen the popularity of one of the most popular game modes straight get dismantled, the park game mode, for ease of access, quality of life, and matchmaking, quicker games, players are naturally evolving towards quicker. I didn't think the theater was going to work out. When I saw, just because I don't believe that it'll work out, I'm only creating that judgment off of my experience with what I've seen so far. After the first year of experience with how they incorporated the theater, I forget what it was called. They had these like warehouses for matchmaking. When I saw the success of the warehouses, I was even in those game modes having fun as well, meeting new people and all that stuff. So when I saw the success of that, I said, oh, yeah, the people really like that. And I even enjoyed the new quality of life I received. So naturally, it evolved into something that a good majority of players that are going into the rec center, quick games. They're going into a theater, quick games. $4.99 from Enemy Says, or anime. So what's the current tier list for 24 all around? That is a tough one. I've vacillated. I've been up and down with how I feel about 2K24. And the conclusion that I'm coming for, that I'm ending up, and I think what I'll end the year on, and I can't call it just yet. And I'm trying to leave out everything that makes me biased toward previous versions. I'm trying to leave out everything that makes me biased toward like previous versions of 2K and just really take in my full experience. So when I do that, I say, well, I tried point guard this year and I had the most success at point guard than any previous year playing a shooting point guard type of mentality. It was a different play style. I've tried point guard in the past, but that was like a rim running, slashing type of point guard. Being able to shoot well was always something that I wanted to do. So I was able to succeed. And I think that kept me playing the game for a while this year. Had I not tried point guard, I would have left the game even a while back. So if I was to gauge the tier list, a lot of you guys may not agree with this, but I would put it in top 10. It's not saying much. I would probably put it like 8, 9, or 10, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. 8, 9, or 10. You guys let me know. I think I would have to do some more research and really gather my thoughts on all the previous versions of 2K and then, create that tier list. It might be something I do just so I could get a clear understanding of what 2K24 meant to me. But 2K24 was more meaningful for me because it was the first year that I was able to play point guard fairly decent, dropping 50 with ease with 20 assists, things like that is something that I hadn't been able to do as a point guard in previous versions of 2K. So it was a different experience for me. And for some of you guys, it may have been better or worse. $4.99 super chat from Semper Reloaded said they put hippie playing an acoustic guitar on the beach outside of the wreck. What more do you want? Why are you so ungrateful? Do you see what I'm saying? And I know that's said with the same, I know sarcasm when I see it. As I pride myself in having a high level of sarcasm. So I get it, man. I get it. It goes to show, like, what the hell did you get that from? Let's put this hippie right out here. You don't hear him. You're not gonna hear him singing or singing a tune. There should be some proximity audio taking place, and maybe it does. I'm not 100% sure that you don't have any proximity audio to the guy playing a guitar, but proximity audio for everything you pass. The way NPCs make the game lively, and this is from my experience with like RPG games, the way it feels lively is that as you're approaching, you start hearing the conversation. And it works within proximity. You start hearing it. It starts off low as you're approaching, and then it gets louder as you get closer. These are things that create immersion into the game. When you don't have that, it starts getting dead. And after doing it, traveling multiple times over, it just becomes redundant and pointless. A motion blur, they need to remove quests in 2K25. Jays, though, you make 100K in 24, so it's memorable. Facts. Thank you, official. I appreciate you guys sharing that as well. We did hit NBA 2K24 is the year that we hit 100, and it's crazy that you brought that up. I didn't even consider that. So that could be another aspect that makes me, rank 2K a little higher. We did hit it this year, that huge YouTube goal we hit this year, but I feel like I hit that in spite of what 2K is. Because before we made the push, it was like a choice. I wanted to hit 100K this year on YouTube, but I knew it was going to be an uphill battle. After the hype and after the devs had disappeared, 2 months in, the devs just up and left. Everybody was on deck, and then the devs just up and left. And that's another topic of discussion I want to talk about before we wrap this up. The devs, all hands on deck for the release of 2K24. Every single dev was accessible. I can't say that. There's a ton of people there, but the main devs that we know to be devs were accessible, I should say. They up and disappeared after they generated their sales. And it wasn't like a trickle down effect. It was like it was so obvious that it seemed like a memo was sent out by 2K to everybody up and disappeared. Just like they all reappeared when Top Spin 2K came out, and now everybody's playing Top Spin 2K. They all just magically reappeared. Uh, it felt like a memo just got circulated through the office. Everybody off social media. No more responses, no more talking with them folks. Nothing. Everybody gone. And naturally, the 2K player feels like the conclusion that we come to, we feel abandoned. We say they abandoned us, they disappear, we get it. But the excuse that most people give them is, well, they're working on 2K25. We get it. They're here 2 months and then they straight gone because they're hard at work. Hard at work for 2K25. And I think we give them that benefit of the doubt that they're hard at work at 2K25. We're like, yeah, that's cool. Until you get 2K25 and it's a complete copy and paste of 2K24. That's when you question. That's when you start saying, what the hell? Where were y'all then when we had all those issues on 2K24 that spanned the course of weeks when 2K completely collapsed the My Team game mode and have that entire community completely frustrated with their antics? 2K players on the game with jump shots and all this weird stuff that's going on. And we're pleading with 2K to fix the game. Cheaters plaguing 2K24. The development team nowhere to be found. Now, if we get 2K25 and we see a copy and paste, I'll be here to remind everyone. They disappeared on us in 2K24 with all the issues plaguing 2K. How are we supposed to believe them for 2K25? They finessed the hell out of me. I was so disappointed with 23 that I thought I was going to see things way differently for 24. They finessed the hell out of me. When all the devs came on deck, pause. When all the devs were out and about communicating and they were in these Twitter spaces and puffing out their chests and really proud of the product that they developed. And I was like, wow, we are probably in a new day and age, man. Maybe this could, turn a new leaf where we connect with the dev team and we really make the ultimate game. They, of course, get all due credit for creating the game, but community input is always a beautiful thing. It leads me to believe that the key, and was the 2K community hyped and the most positive it has ever been. I was talking about this with Brew on a podcast. Yo, Brew, tell me if I'm wrong. Brew, hasn't this been the most excited we ever seen the 2K community? Yo. Brew with the accent. You done know. Complete agreement that this is the most excited we've seen the player base for any 2K. And that was because the dev team was leading the way. They were there. And their confidence gave us this false sense of security in what the product actually was. I don't think 2K24 is a bad game like that. Like, there's a lot of times while I'm playing the game, I say, damn, this is bad. It's bad when you compare it to your expectations of what you believe with a development team with this type of experience should be developing. That is bad in that sense. But for brand new players to the game, I can't imagine that they would just straight up say that the game is bad. There's still a ton of things to experience for brand new players. But that's going to get old for them by the very next year. The same reward that they grinded for 1 year is in the very next year as a season reward. It'll completely turn them off, and they have no commitment or ties to 2K, so they could easily turn off the game and not play it for the rest of the year. Easily. Let's get to the chat. The 2K community is a reflection of the company now. Fix, that was official no question. What up, official? Fix server animations and that shit I almost got caught. Contest timing cheaters will fade away, at least not so much as noticeable now. I haven't really noticed cheaters like that on 2K. Hey, what up, Tron? What's good, brother? Tron is in the building. Tron has entered the building. The game isn't bad. It's too expensive. That's facts. Yeah, yeah. Because you can find fun on the game. Thank you for the subs. Yeah, we need 15 more subscribers to hit our goal. Hopefully, you guys can make that happen. Uh, it is expensive. The game is expensive, but ironically, it doesn't seem to be the major issue with 2K24. It has been the major issue for previous versions of 2K, in my opinion, but for 2K24, it seems to be gameplay related stuff and everything surrounding it. And I think as much as 2K is trying to create a new player base, it seems like to me, it's like they're trying to rotate the older players out and bring in the newer players they're not committed, so they don't see the copy and paste. They play every other year, so they don't get the copy and paste. But what 2K is not like they forgot to bank on is that 2K uses their asset libraries, and their asset libraries last for 10 years. They will recycle these items for 10 more years. So even new players who get on the game, they probably play it for half an hour and then, get off, or they play it for a week and then get off. They come back 2 years later and they see the same rewards. They're going to have the same impression that us veterans have. The first year, 2K, yeah, you might finesse them. They see a lowrider, that's high. Look at the lights. Look at my car. They show their wife, honey, get in here. Get in here. Look at this. Yeah, I just won this. It's in the season rewards. You see it there. Just won this. Look at this, honey. I'm driving through this city they created. Then the next year you get on the game and see the same thing. You're like, what type of finesse nonsense is this 2K? You couldn't come up with a new car? And like someone said before, we paying for a $70 membership every year. Biannually, this game and community can get better. I've heard that a lot. I've heard that biannually, like creating the game every other year, might do 2K a good service. And my answer to that is always this: 2K is not lacking for nothing. In other words, what I'm getting at here, if they needed more time, 2K has enough money and enough resources to hire enough people to just pretty much create more time for themselves. So if they're worried, like if us 2K players are worried that the 2K dev team is just stretched a little too thin and they're just trying to wing it every year and they don't have enough, I don't buy that for a second, bro. Like the type of money that they make, they could hire a whole new team to help that old development team. Just get everybody on board, and what would normally take 2 years could be cut down to a year because there's all hands on deck. So many people involved. But that doesn't seem to translate. If 2K did go biannually, which wouldn't happen, but if they did go biannually, we're going to get the same thing that we're receiving now. It's just going to happen every other year. That's how that's how I feel. It's not fact. It's just how I feel. It's the shadiness that I've done seen from 2K. And I don't want to make this harsh or dry or bring down the mood, but it feel, I don't think that's the problem. It seems to be there's a way in which it seems to me that 2K has taken on from the higher ups, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck here for the sake of keeping it a buck. From the higher ups, they said, listen, these are our goals. Marketing, we need to meet these type of sales goals. Do what you got to do to make this happen. And because they're developing from that aspect instead of from the ground up, they're developing from the top down. That's why we got so many things that just don't make sense. That's why 2K hasn't developed enough assets to fill in all the reward slots for each and every season. You don't think they didn't know that number from the get-go? 9 seasons, 40 rewards, 360 rewards that they got to come up with for the entire year. You don't think that they didn't know that number? Do you think 2K has developed 360 rewards? Hell nah. Crazy. Crazy. I wonder how many rewards they actually have developed. Because we see a lot of banners. I tell you, they got them graphic designers stuck under 2K headquarters. They get one meal a day. It's a ham and cheese sandwich and water with Crystal Light. And they just got them designing banners so they could flood the season rewards with banners, throwback banners, and all that stuff. They ain't developing, they just chilling. That's how I feel, bro. I feel like that. I can't help but feel like that, y'all. 11 more subscribers get us to our goal. Thanks, y'all. Lucky Spumoni, they can't do biannual because of the NBA. That's how I feel the same way. At least biannual, you spend less money since you stay on your bills for 2 years. Oh, I get that. That doesn't make sense. I didn't consider that. Semper said they only have to come up with 28 a season this time because 2 of the rewards are floor setters. Yeah, that's another aspect of it as well. It's just facts. They have the clear set floor setters. Boogie from the 4. They get a pack of ramen noodles and government cheese sandwich. We can't stop buying 2K though. Me personally, I don't think I will stop. I'll probably ride this thing out to the end. I don't think I'm a 2K content creator. But who knows? Other YouTube channels coming to mind and might be blowing really soon, and that might be where the wind takes me. If I could tell you this, I could tell you guys this much: if content creation takes me elsewhere, deuces to 2K. Deuces to 2K. They have this. I mean, they have really let me down so many times, more times than I can count. I would really, and I'm saying deuces to playing the game. I would love to continue creating 2K content around 2K news and continue developing, building with you guys on that. But me getting on the game, 21 got deleted, 22 got deleted, 23 got deleted. Now we're here at 24. I already deleted it once, but I re-downloaded it. And when I re-downloaded it, that's when I started my point guard journey. And that kept me there. But as you guys see from here on the channel, I haven't been on, man. It's too taxing to get on. It's too taxing to want to play. Too goofy. Especially when you find such immersive enjoyment in so many other games. I feel like 2K I feel like this, and it might be part of my anger or frustration with 2K, but I feel like it's a facade, man. When you get past that surface level stuff and you get into the gameplay loop that is 2K, it's almost like a hamster running on a wheel. And that could only be generated from the lack of incentives to play the game. Suitable incentives to play the game. You just feel like you're spinning in circles. 6 more subscribers hit our goal. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. It feels like a chore at this point. And I've mentioned that analogy before, where in previous versions of 2K, it's felt like a chore for me as well. I hope you guys understand that I'm not saying this from the perspective of a new player who barely gets on the game and he's just spoiled. He's a spoiled brat. No, man. I know some of them little spoiled kids that they just don't have tolerance for anything. I'm not one of them spoiled type of dudes. I want to enjoy 2K, and I've had years of experience playing this game for the entire year. There's multiple years where I've played this game for the entire year, every single day, for 8 to 10 hours a day. It used to be that dope. The daily driver. It was part reason why I became a 2K content creator, because I spent so much time playing the game. So might as well do something productive with my time while I'm playing this game. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. If I didn't play with my friends from the AllCity server, I would have quit playing a while ago. salute to Semper, man. Semper has developed quite an impression within the AllCity community. It's just a staple in the community now. Uh, Semper also has a channel you can go check out too. Uh, but yeah, that's what it boils down to: the people that you're playing with. Uh, by the way, if you guys are looking for players to run with, join our Discord. Semper joined. He's found players to run with. A ton of people, over 30,000 players in our Discord, man. Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, they held the combines. So combines are taking place in our Discord as well, so that you guys could be seen by some of the higher ups in our Discord and get an opportunity to join exclusive chats just from getting on the game and playing, so that you start running with players with a higher aptitude for 2K. Consider it. Type exclamation point Discord. The link will come up. You guys could join. This 2K overall so mediocre. No cap said facts. I hate it more and more. Kind of like a mediocre album. You know, it's like we sit here, we try not to insult. Like, you don't want to, I don't want to come across as the 2K hater. I am not a 2K hater. I adore 2K, but I'm just not as in love with the next gen versions of 2K. It doesn't feel like a next gen experience. There are these moments of highs while I play the game. There are these moments that are extremely high. But when that latency kicks in, it goes from extremely high to extremely low. And I think the worst part about it is that we have no control of what you're going to receive. The last time that I got on 2K, I tried running point guard. And it was like, wow, you have this one game where you drop 50, no problem. The next team you're playing against opponents that are not nearly as skilled. Clear as day obvious that they're not nearly as skilled as the previous team you just dropped 50 with 20 on. And then in that game, because of the latency, whatever ping you're on, which is hidden by 2K, you can't get a ping idea to see what type of latency you're on. You just got to learn what type of latency you're on by the delay you have in game. It is such a turn off. Man, that joint boils my blood. How is this acceptable? In no other game in history would this be acceptable. And then 2K hides the ping, so you don't even know what ping you're on. You don't know what type of connection you have. You just got to miss shots. And almost like you can't even gauge the timing on your shot. It's almost impossible. Toonie been a member for 15 months. Semper is the infant baby goat. Monday, run a subscriber stream. I'll be around. Tim and Tannis in the building. You need to do some subscriber streams next week. Those are missed. Yeah, we could do that. It's, I do need to get back. I need motivation on that, y'all. Like, so, keep me motivated on that. Send me a DM. Let's get those subscriber streams going, and tell me, hey, let's get those subscriber streams going today. And I may give it a consideration for the day, because I would like to get back to it. The goal was to get to fun, but I find it hard. I'm somebody who oftentimes wears my emotion on my sleeve. Like, as you get to know me, you start noticing like when I'm not fully myself. And 2K puts me in that mood oftentimes. So I don't like anything or anybody to put me in that mood, like to take away my happiness. So I always separate myself from anything trying to take away my happiness. So sure enough, that led me to separating myself from 2K and finding different ways to regain that happiness or enjoyment. So, but in my heart of hearts, I want to get back on for the people. I want to get back on to get those subscriber runs, get in with y'all, keep building and growing the community in our channel. Honestly, should do subscriber games in the park. You'll find it more enjoyable. We tried the subscriber games in the park, and they're not nearly as enjoyable. The stream didn't enjoy it nearly as much. It was hard to get people out. Yeah, it was wild, man. It was wild. I will consider it. We did try it though. Jamaican said, been playing Call of Duty, best decision. They update the game every week. 2K just needs to do better. Need to get that 2K23 PGA Golf. I tried that as well. I didn't really enjoy it. And Top Spin, I tried Top Spin 2K, y'all. I tried it. And bear with me because this might resonate with y'all. To go to show you guys that 2K's main focus is and the development of their gameplay is prioritized around microtransactions. They've incorporated the same system into Top Spin 2K. And you could tell it's in the baby stage, the infant stages of that system. And they just kind of throw it out there and see how it's received. If it ends up being received well, they'll continue to add everything that 2K has. But as of right now, when you get on Top Spin 2K, it has a lot of the elements that 2K has and how they develop their microtransaction system. Because I was here when it used to be able to play 2K the entire year and not spend any money on the game. Dribbling is awful on 24. I don't think dribbling is awful on 24. It is clunky. There's a lot of instances it's not nearly as smooth as it once was. Not only missed shots, can't trigger animations. Say it again, Dirty Jers. The delay in the animations triggering, where you're used to the timing on a particular dribble combo, but when you end up on that latency, you trigger the same type of dribble combo with the timing that you've been used to, and it comes out hella delayed. And you're like, what? Waving your arm through the ball when you're trying to steal. Oh, that boils my blood. I've been playing on my lock the last few times I got on 2K, and whoo, nightmare. He said, my blood's boiling now. Do you think the shooting is easier than last year? I do. I feel like shooting is easier. It's just erratic, man. Like, I feel like shooting is fairly easy on 2K24. Again, there's never been a 2K that I've been able to shoot this good. And that's not saying much. It's not saying much. When you're learning the point guard position, you do got to take tough shots, like the small window of opportunity type of shots. And I think the people who have played with me understand that was my goals. My goals weren't necessarily to hit the shot, but it was a process for me. I always had a goal to hit the shot, don't get me wrong, but I mean to say my priority number one goal was shooting in those sweet spots. And in order to learn those sweet spots, you have to continue trying, right? So I spent a good amount of time trying to develop those sweet spots. And then when I got them, that's when everything went crazy. It was like, oh man, now we are forced to be reckoned with. But that was short-lived because you had to battle with 2K's latency. So the same sweet spots that you were finding and knocking down those shots with one game turned into sour spots the very next game. Crazy. 4 more subscribers to hit our goal. We having a bad day. The other day loaded 2K and instantly started skipping frames and got off. That's another aspect that we could talk about too. Another aspect. Why are we getting on a next gen game and I'm walking to the rec center and I see skipping frames? Literally from the train station to the rec center, I am skipping frames. And that's like, you can see the rec center right there when you get out the train station. He said dribbling in 23 is butt. What are you talking about? The dribbling is, I like that it was intuitive this year. So I've always had an issue with setting up dribble combinations, but this year I was able to put it together to the point that it helped me create an open shot. When it comes to the downhill portion of it, that's where I think things get a little bit complicated. The downhill portion of dribbling, I think the standstill portion of dribbling is highly intuitive, easy to learn. And even when you go left or right, it's there. But I know a lot of people have this in their bag already. I just don't. The downhill portion of dribbling, the forward movement, the north movement, I feel like that's where things get clunky. If you miss your speed boost, you're moving like as if somebody is in front of you holding your shoulders. And you're like, my defender isn't even moving like that. Why am I moving like somebody's holding my shoulders back? Like, no, you're not going anywhere. It just gets weird. Another thing that people don't realize, which a lot of you guys will probably realize, I'll just throw it out there for the sake of having the conversation. You used to be able to move a lot quicker on 2K because 2K never turned, like they never faced you toward the basket. There were 2K games where they didn't force you to face the basket. So if you wanted to move left, you could come from the bottom right all the way to top left. If you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, try going into the Gatorade facility and going from the bottom right corner, cross the middle, and go to the top left hash. It'll be clear as day. Not only that, while you do that, just run this test real quick. While you do that in the Gatorade facility, as you're going from the bottom right corner up into the top left hash while crossing the middle, watch your stamina bar. Just dribbling. No dribble moves, just dribbling. Watch your stamina bar as you're doing that motion. There are instances where you dribble the rock and see your stamina fluctuate, just literally trying to get back to the 3-point line while 2K is trying to force you to face the basket. Oh man, I mean, just mind blowing frustration because it's those little instances where 2K faces you to the basket that it stops your whole momentum. It's those little instances that 2K is trying to face you toward the basket while you're trying to go a different direction where there's this millisecond, couple of millisecond delays for you to move. Not gonna lie, it's the best thing created. I think this year solo rec players are the most toxic and trash players ever. Wavy S1310 said, not gonna lie, City, your Discord was the best thing created. I think this year solo rec players are the most toxic and trash players ever. Linking up with players in your Discord has saved me headaches. Every one of you guys are welcome to join our Discord. Wavy, thank you for your feedback on the Discord. We have big things coming to the Discord, man. Oh, we just got some news yesterday. So we're looking forward to some big things coming to Discord. But for everybody else, if in the meantime, in between time, if you're just looking for players to run with and trying to increase your enjoyment of 2K, a lot of that has to do with the players that you're running with. I will say this: check your ego at the door, please. I beg of you, check your ego at the door because we do not tolerate any of it. There's a reason why our Discord is so well structured and so well built. Impenetrable. Probably the only impenetrable 2K Discord out there. Check your ego at the door. You won't have no problem. Good vibes, good energy, non-toxic. You straight. When I speed boost, I can see my stamina go down so much. In IRL, I don't lose so much stamina and I have asthma. That's funny. Meltzer said, I speed boost. That was hilarious. Meltzer said, yo, I speed boost in the game and I see my stamina disappear. But in real life, when I'm Goku speed boosting, I don't even lose that much stamina and I got asthma. Oh, yes, Semper said. Oh man. I get you serious. I get that you're serious, Meltzer. But I'm just thought it was funny that you referred to yourself speed boosting in real life. Like as if you in real life you got a stamina bar. He said, yo, but in real life, my stamina bar don't even go down that much. Like, what's this about, okay? Ah, good vibes, good time. 2 more subscribers to hit our goal, man. Let's get it. 2 more subscribers to hit our goal. He said, I'm serious too. My real life stamina bar don't even go down. I know you got, yeah, the homie, the mic sound good. Thank you, Cyrus. The homie probably got a bunch of people IRL right now watching the stream, checking to see if they got an IRL stamina bar. I'm like, yo, where's my stamina bar? How you got a stamina bar? You better go buy Boost. But you not hooping, King? I don't think I'm gonna be hooping. This was just a report. We could go over it once more for the folks that are, if you're just tuning in and you haven't seen the rewards, I will review it one more time. We were just going over the rewards and then we started talking about 2K. I haven't been on 2K in a while, so we were just catching up. Level 1, you get a season 7T. At level 10, you get a graduation cap, like I said earlier, like as if that makes sense. Level 20, you get wearable mascots. At level 25, you get the golden locks hairstyle. At level 30, you get a drone with teleportation technology. That's the same drone that we had once before. It's a copy and paste of a reward. They're throwing it back in the game. At level 32, they even put, like, as if this is something to list down as part of the incentives to play this season, a throwback Kyrie Irving and Derrick Rose banner, not jersey. You're getting a throwback banner. They started creating banners maybe 3 years in, something like this. So we're probably 3 years into banners, and they're ready, so they don't get called out on copy and pasting rewards, especially banners. They labeled it a throwback Kyrie Irving and Derrick Rose banner. At level 35, you'll be grinding for this bootleg championship belt. At level 36, you get a season 7 suit. Level 39, hydraulic lowrider. This is what you're getting at level 39. It's still so much copy and paste that they even changed the license plate that says legend on it. That's for next gen players. But if you're a current gen player, you will get a hoverboard. At level 40, you get a gold floor setter. And if you're on current gen, if you're on next gen, you get a gold floor setter. If you're on current gen, you'll get an extra badge point, the same usual awards that you usually receive. Why give away a jersey when they can sell it to you in swags for 20K VC? It's facts. Yeah, it's facts. And I never understood that. Like, we're a basketball game, and one of the things that they give away the least, like, we see these recycled rewards way more often than we see them giving away a simple jersey. What irks me even more is that 2K has never even considered taking on that approach. Give them basketball items, arm sleeves, headbands, jerseys, accessories, shoes, hairstyles. They've never filled the seasons with these options, when that should have been, in my opinion, one of the first things that they considered doing, filling these seasons with these type of options. The issue that we end up having is that 2K has a bunch of rewards in a game that most players are going into matchmaking. Most players are going into rec, pro-am, where they can't even use the rewards that they're grinding for in the seasons. We get basketballs though. I currently won 26 from the wheel. Facts. How many basketballs have you won from the wheels or new era caps? At this point, I'm done. I feel you, Inky Dollars. I feel you. Salute to Inky Dollars. The game don't let you contest even if you have the speed to get there. It's really weird, David Boo. It's really weird. Rewards on 2K always been trash. I missed the extra badge point. The extra badge point is there, but it's on current gen. Yeah. The floor setters, I think they're gonna change the badge system again. If you guys don't remember, the badge system was changed very early on the release of 2K24 because everybody was complaining that their badges were regressing. So with the change that 2K made to address folks complaining, they completely eliminated the use of the new badge system in the progression and regression system. So much so to the point that I make new builds, and I don't even, when I'm making the build, I make sure I have all the badges that I intend to use with the attributes. But after I've made the build, I never even look at my badges again. And that has happened for every single player. I just play my playstyle and the badges that are supposed to accommodate the playstyle, which I made sure that I'd have when I was making the build. Rinse and repeat. And they never go down. Hall of Fame stay maxed. Or if they're maxed out at gold, they stay maxed. So the whole badge system that they incorporated and wasted so much time trying to develop for 2K24 was broken within the first month. And it wasn't broken by us. It was broken apart by 2K trying to address the community's concerns. Wild. So I imagine next year we're going to have an updated badge system. I don't know what that is. I may have to make a video on that. I should probably make a note of that, because that'd be a good topic. I think I'm going to make a note. Updated badge system. Mark my words, y'all. I don't see them going into it the same way. I liked having badges that I would I like not having them. I like that I could just go out there and play the game. But I also like the strategy behind how you set up your badges and changing the way your player plays. I like that for a lot of years now, and I liked making content on that stuff as well. So from a content creator's perspective, I enjoyed them, but in the gameplay perspective, maybe I've just been accustomed to it for so many years, and this new thing is it's just different for me. But thank you for the sub. Hey, we got over our goal. Thank you for helping us reach our goal. Yeah, 2K25, 80 overall build, but show 99 and cost 200. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I made a video talking about that stuff too. Have a similar badge system so they can put Hall of Fame sledders behind the season. Now, I could see that they would put Hall of Fame floor setters behind this. Man, I'm glad that you brought that up because I think I think what we're coming to realize is that 2K is gonna put gameplay advantages behind the paid versions of these passes, and they roll it out slowly so that we don't just up and leave 2K when they see that happen. I wonder how successful those passes were this year. I wish we could get like a number. They wasn't as successful as 2K intended because 2K suffered a loss on their earnings call. They reported a loss, but I think they had anticipated that loss. I didn't see them take any action in regards to marketing to recover that loss. And the consensus from most players that I see out there, they play the game, but it doesn't seem like folks are fully content. Doesn't seem like they're fully happy with the game. I'm not fully happy. I lay that out. I put that out front. But there's other people. I see it. It seems like most people just teeter. And I'm wondering, where is that aspect, or where is the group of people that were excited as I once used to be? Like, you couldn't tell me nothing bad about 2K for years on in. Like years. I'm going from 2K16 to maybe 2K20. We complain about little things, but it was nothing like what it is right now. Because there were just little things that, like, copy and pasted neighborhoods. That was our biggest complaint, was that the neighborhood, it never really translated into complaining full on about gameplay to the point where you want to delete the game. Now it seems like folks are just done. And what's the craziest part is that 2K is giving 1,000 times more back than they used to back in the day. The most you would get in some of the best versions of 2K was an ugly Christmas sweater once in the year. The most. Now, here we go. We got seasons. They're giving us this, that, and the other. But the gameplay is lacking, so folks are less tolerant. They're less tolerant about the free rewards, and they're less tolerant about the gameplay. They got tired about us complaining about the little things, so they started screwing up the big things. Read Wavy's comment. I primarily run rec. Hold on. Thank you for letting me know. I primarily run rec as well, in my opinion, to improve the competition and excitement. 2K need to improve matchmaking based on your status. Keep the hoopers and casuals and goats with pros. Simple, you would think, but I'll fill in the blanks for you guys. It's a lot easier said than done. 2K has had an issue with Pro-Am for as long as I can remember. And I know you're not referring to Pro-Am. You're referring to matchmaking in modes like the rec. But I'm going to help you guys understand how they're relative. As long as I can remember, 2K had this issue with the Pro-Am game mode where if you reach a high rank, you stop getting matchmaking. You stay there forever with your team searching, and it wouldn't match you up with a team because there aren't nearly as many people playing at that level. So it would lead us to have to disband the team just so we could reset our whole level, make a new team, and go back in, instantly put into a game. So that was clear as day to me that there was a problem with matchmaking, but 2K had good intention. 2K wanted gold levels to match with gold levels. The only problem was is that there wasn't enough gold levels to match up against. So it left us waiting on the server for a half an hour, just trying to get one game. And oftentimes you wouldn't even get that one game. So that's the issue that 2K has in relative to matchmaking in theater or matchmaking in the rec center. If they take only the elite, so I go into the rec center and we're purple always. Like every one of my players is always purple. And usually the people that I'm running with are gold or purple as well. And it's a rare occasion that we come across another gold or purple team. I have a feeling that if 2K did increase the matchmaking for Rec Center, you're going to have the same situation that we had in Pro-Am, where gold and purple teams will be sitting on the servers waiting, unable to get games, while, the black, silver, they're just going to be getting games left and right. And I think 2K knows that those are scenarios that'll leave folks to just leave the game. If they really can't get a game, they'll just up and leave the game. So I think that's why they don't want to because it was clear as day in Pro-Am that they understood it. They understood what they have to do for matchmaking. And I know a lot of us would like to believe, hell yeah, there's a lot of golds and purples out there. There are if we just did a number count. But when you start increasing the waiting times to, let's say, even 5 minutes, the players, they don't nobody wants to wait 5 minutes. Nobody's going to they're going to be frustrated. And I think 2K knows that above all, the last thing we want to do, it seems like 2K has taken the approach that above all, the last thing we want players to do is sit and wait. And they have to do that at the expense of some of the lower rated players. So they match up golds and purples against silvers and blacks. RJ became a member. Appreciate you, RJ. Thank you, brother. SB, what up, man? I think the passes were decently successful. The amount of level 40s you see day one of the season is crazy. People get the 10 level skips and then purchase the rest. It's so sad, man. I'm not knocking. I don't mean to say it's so sad. I gotta change my way because to each their own. I'm thinking to each their own. They want to buy the level 40s. Go ahead and do it. But I wish folks knew what that meant for the future. Like, what does it mean for the next 2K and the next one? Because we easily seen what 2K did with seasons and how this is evolving. I called it from the beginning. I don't even like speaking like that. But I talked about it early, and even before seasons released, I made a video saying that they're gonna have a battle pass system, and sure enough, they dropped seasons. And then when seasons released, it's inevitable that we're heading down this same road again. It's easy to see if you just keep a lookout that 2K, they're not innovating here. They're just practicing the same formulas that prove successful for other games in different genres. So when you see it, it's like, okay, you know what 2K is doing. They're doing their best to incorporate other aspects from other games into their game. And it's so, to me, I'm like, it's so slimy because it's like when you see somebody that you admire and you look up to, and then you watch that they're trying to imitate somebody that you don't even like. It's a certain level of disappointment that you're like, nah, homie, you could have came up with a way better idea if you just did this, and that. Why'd you take Fortnite? Why'd you take Fortnite's formula? Go create a new one. Go create something that's new and different. That's how it's felt for me. Pittsburgh, man, what up, man? 2K14 Park was amazing. And it sucks to see that folks are purchasing these season passes because that's going to generate 2K a whole ton of money. They're already doing that. He said they're already doing that in season 7. You should really try MW3. I've been enjoying that game. Well, I've been playing different games, yeah. I've been stuck on different games, so I'm not at a loss for games to play. I'm out there, I'm searching, and I have invested a ton of hours. Right now I'm on Odyssey, and I'm vacillating between Odyssey and Mirage. So far, I like Odyssey way better than Mirage, but they're two way different experiences. And I just finished not too long ago Dragon's Dogma, so I'm not at a loss. And there's that Stellar Blade game that's out there too that I might give a shot. That's getting a lot of good feedback. I worry about the Call of Duty games because as immersed as I used to be in 2K, I had the same level of immersion, if not more, into Call of Duty games. So I really don't want to go down that road because I don't want to get into the YouTube market of Call of Duty. It's highly competitive. So I definitely don't want to go down that rabbit hole. And I know the gameplay is really keeps me intrigued. It wasn't too long ago that we were on Warzone heavy, and there I went diving down the rabbit hole and started learning everything about the Warzone thing, and I was completely hooked until I had to just cut ties because it was taking too much of my time. It's one of those games that I stay away from because it's too good. Ain't that a good problem to have as a gaming company? Nah, he don't want to get on because if he gets on once, he's stuck. That's a good problem to have, man. Did you know that they made new Leisure Suit Larry in 2020? I'm thinking of playing it on stream this weekend. Interesting. I don't know what that is though. I don't know what Leisure Suit Larry is, bro. What is that? Like a throwback type of game? Ambidextrous said 2K creativity is definitely at an all-time low. At this point, it's just a cash grab. And what sucks is that for the folks that are here, let's take. Can you guys just note this down, because I'm gonna remind y'all, and hopefully y'all can remember this. I after going through this so many times year over year, you're like, all right, we know what 2K is gonna do next year as well. And I'm gonna sit here and remind y'all, please though, when those days come, like when 2K25 drops, please don't turn me into a complainer, because I'm saying it right now before 2K25 drops. I have a feeling that 2K25 is going to be a copy and paste year. And the reasons behind why I think 2K25 is going to be a copy and paste year is because 2K24 was not only their 25th anniversary, but it was the year of Kobe. If it was my game and my gaming company, I would have worked so hard to make this one of the most memorable years in 2K history. 25th anniversary, 2.5 decades. Silver anniversary. Is that right? 25 is silver, right? Yeah. 50 is gold. If this is what we got with their best foot forward, I can't imagine 2K25 being better than this. Now, that theory, I could be mistaken about all of that, but we will see in 2K25. If 2K intends to practice the same formula that led to the slightest bit of success for 2K24, I will be here live streaming every single day for hours on end to let you guys know, no. They did this last year. All hands on deck last year. The devs went Twitter Spaces last year. I'm going to be here to remind y'all, don't fall for the finesse. But I don't want it to be received as complaining. It's just facts. And I don't want people to misinterpret what the facts are. We need realistic parks and gyms facts. Yeah, 2K lost me this year. My last year, I've been playing since 2K16. And you was playing 300. You was playing Boogie from the 4. What up, man? Is about a sleazy guy trying to get laid from the early 90s. All right, interesting. Midnight Howler, what up? He says season 7 rewards. We play other games, but we enjoy AllCity balling on 2K the most, and that's just real. Appreciate that. Official no question. Salute to you, brother. I'll just say don't buy it on release. Wait until a discount in Christmas. I wish more people did that. I wish I could do that, but I'm a 2K creator, so I need to get the game ASAP. If I wasn't a 2K creator, trust me, I would not buy the game. I would wait till Christmas when it's free. I advise all of y'all to do the same. Will that hurt 2K? I think I want to tell you guys this. I think 2K done gave up on unit sales. I don't even think they're stressing unit sales like that. I think it's something that they're factoring in for sure, but they know it's on a downward trend. The unit sale, which is why they make it free by Christmas, and it's free a couple times a year. So their goal is just to get you on the game. I wouldn't be surprised by 2K26 comes out free. We're gonna go through a transition very soon. I think this is the case with a lot of these sports games. They're generating their income, like the amount of revenue that they're receiving through microtransactions, in-game purchases, are far exceeding what they generate in revenue for unit sales. So I think we're going through that stage like right now. I think we're in it. I think we're probably within a 5-year stretch. I think we're in a little 5-year bubble where it could happen next year or within 5 years. But something's gonna happen different in gaming, especially for sports games that are released annually. I think these games are gonna come up with a more DLC format, a more a live service type of format, and roster updates are gonna be that live service format. And I imagine 2K, if we was to speculate, which we can, I'm welcome. I'm happy to do that with you guys. I imagine 2K and their shiesty ways to separate them from the rest is gonna start charging for individual game modes. So you get this live service game, but if you want to incorporate my team, pay $10 or $20, $19.99 for this particular game mode. Or if you're into my team, if you're into my NBA, here, do this. If you want a my career storyline, here, download this for $29.99. I could see them going something like that. I've been wanting to try out your lunatic trials and the other events, but I work at night. Hold on. And I missed them. Ever thought about running Midnight Madness or something? Well, I mean, I've personally done so many different times, and now we got OG and All City OG and All City Shy handling them on different occasions. But I would reach out to OG. I'll mention it to OG and Shy, see what they think about running some type of midnight. What up, Slim? It's good, brother. Semper Reloaded said, "Don't worry, City is gonna be better next year." I totally don't say that every year. We say that every year, man. If we have to game test 2K25 again in the first month, they have to give us at least one free build. It's like fair compromise, fair exchange. If you're releasing the game and it's not fully finished or fully flushed out, and we're getting the way in which we generate a build is like determined through the experience we're having on gameplay, then we should naturally get a refund when you change the gameplay that's in front of us, or the effects of what a certain attribute or a certain aspect of the game, how effective that is in the game. When you change that changes my perspective on how I make a build. So yes, you should give us a free build or a respec option for every single freaking patch that you drop in this game. I find it troubling that this is not common practice. How us as consumers let that get away from us. You cannot change. I created my build based on all the information I had in front of me, which says steals are this. If you put your steal to 90, this is what happens. And we developed that by investing time on the game. We see other players with, what type of steal, what type of attribute he has on a steal? Oh, 90. And he's getting those type of animations. Bet. I'm going to make my build with a 90 steal so I can get the same animations. Long max wingspan. And then 2K comes in after the fact, after you done spend your money, and says, you know what, we're going to lower the effectiveness of that particular attribute. Now you no longer get the animation that was tied to that attribute. How is this okay, bro? How is that okay to do? I ordered a cheeseburger and you straight brought me a tuna fish sandwich. I am sick. Yeah, people still like my career. 2K Interactive as a whole switched to microtransactions as the main source of income. Makes me nervous about anything 2K or GTA related in the future. All right, so and that's facts, RJ, because I want to put this out there as well. Salute to everybody interacting in the chat. I appreciate your comments. I'll try my best to get to them. RJ, I want to make sure I got what he said. He says something about, yeah, 2K Interactive switch makes me nervous about anything. So I got some feedback on that because I started playing. I gave 2K Top Spin a shot, or Top Spin 2K a shot. And that's that tennis game. And I like the way the game is made. I like the movement. I like a lot of things. But as soon as you get over, as like the instant that you get over the surface level stuff and you start seeing the gameplay loop, it gets dry real quick. I mean, like it goes from 60 to 0. It went from 0 to 60 ASAP. You saw how good it was. And then it goes from 60 to 0, just like that, dropping off the face of the earth. And I imagine that's what's going to happen with Top Spin 2K. That joint is going to drop off the face of the earth. And that's to address RJ saying he's concerned with everything that 2K is involved in. And that's what happened with Top Spin 2K is that I noticed that they incorporated the same microtransaction system in its infant stages into Top Spin 2K. It's so, man, it's so slimy. It's like, damn. I'm so ready. EA Sports, college football. Oh, that's Midnight Howler. It had better be worth all the hype and more. It would be interesting. I wouldn't. I kind of feel like the homie RJ when it comes to other games that 2K got their hands on. There's like a ceiling. I feel like there's a ceiling there that says, "Hey, you should." If you increase your expectations too much, you're pretty much setting yourself up. And I think EA is in there. I think EA falls under that same type of thing. They develop games a certain way, and you pretty much know what you're gonna get. There's a ceiling there. They're not gonna innovate you. They're not gonna innovate, and they're not gonna blow your mind away. They're gonna practice the formula that has led to success, and they'll keep it safe. And I'm like, yo, that's not it. That's why, while they're and I don't knock them from that. From a business standpoint, I think it's amazing. I would probably do the same thing from a business standpoint. But from a gamer standpoint, I'm like, nah, man. Because that extends the amount of time that we have to wait for amazing. When amazing could have happened 5 years ago. That's how it feels. It feels like we've been playing 2K so long that, and they've taken these little baby steps compared to what brought them onto the scene, where they just crashed onto the scene and it was super innovative. It was super different. And they had that reputation for a decade or so, and then completely collapsed on what got them into that position in the first place. And then they just said, let's keep it safe. And I get it from a business standpoint, but from a player standpoint, I'm like, so who the hell else is going to step up? And while we're playing 2K, here comes Fortnite. Out of nowhere. Innovation comes from different areas. While 2K could have been innovating because that's how they crashed onto the scene, and they could have just blown everything away, where other companies would have to follow their formula. Here goes 2K taking the formula from a whole different genre of gaming and saying, here, we're going to take what you did that found you success and apply it here in our game because we're so scared to be innovative. It sucks, man. Womp, womp, womp. I was the only 3-year-old ever to drive stock. I asked for Liam Neeson to play me, but got some unknown guy named Tom Hanks or something. You stupid. Oh, man. Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for helping us reach our goals in today's stream. It was a nice stream to just connect with y'all and get back to it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get on the game today, but again, I'm gonna need you guys' help to keep me motivated to run these subscriber streams. I would love to get back to it. In my heart of hearts, I'd love to get back to it. All I need is a little motivation. So if you get on the game early, don't hesitate to send me a message. Yo, City, you trying to do subscriber runs today? And I might just say, all right, you know what? Let's get up there. Let's go ahead and do the subscriber runs on live stream. My intention is to get back on, but I'm fighting against what 2K is and how it makes me feel. So I need the help from the people to say, yo, F what 2K is. Let's just bring it back to fun. And I'm always down for the people. Always down. Not the cornballs, not the lames, but the true men. I'm down for it. Wishing y'all all safe and blessed rest of your evening, man. I will holler at you guys on the next video or live stream. Easy, y'all.